It's 8 o'clock Sunday night. It's time for Empower Hour with me, Carla Andrews, the Managing Director of your favourite mental health and wellbeing provider, Motivated Minds. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you all? As you drop in, do me a favour. Give me a hello in the comments so I can see who is with me, and we will go through the next hour of empowerment for you. We start with our wellness, with our Mona move-ons, first of all, first part of the hour. Then the next 20 minutes we look at our wellness wins, and in the last section we look at how we can support one another and our goals and just share the love and some empowerment. My phone has been going off tonight with your wellness wins and your Mona move-ons already, so I can't wait to read them out. And look how many of you have joined straight away. That's awesome. So I've got the lovely Lauren with me. Hi Lauren. Tasha, good evening Tasha. Victoria, Catherine and the Keens, lovely. Hello Carla, from Jennifer. How are you? I'm very well. And if you notice, I'm not coughing as much as I was last week. So I'm, for anyone that is watching that didn't know, I was in hospital over Christmas with COVID. So each day I'm just getting stronger and stronger now. So that's good. Good evening, Julie. Julie's with us as well. So it's great to see you all. Mona move-ons. We start the hour with the shitty bit. Oh, sorry, hold on, children watching. With the rubbish bit. The things that really sort of wind us up and we could let it eat at us. You know, those niggly, just things that we could really sort of hold in our gut and niggle away and da-da-da. Instead, what we do is we moan and move on. So we put it out there, and we can't change it. We understand we can't change it. So we're just sharing it with the world. And together we'll go, yes, that's crap. And we'll support one another through that. So for anyone that's on my private Facebook, you'll see already what one of my Mona move-ons is anyway. Because I'm going to share that with Empower Hour in just a moment. So I've got the lovely Claire with me tonight, and the lovely Rob, Tom, Tom shared his one. I'm going to read that out in just a second. So yes, let's start with these Mona move-ons. Let's start with Tom's, as it's here. Leaving cheese unwrapped up again when putting it in the fridge. Oh, all the crusty bits. All the crusty bits of cheese that are all dry, and you get it out, you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to have a nice cheese sandwich, nice bit of cheese on toast, nice bit of grating of cheese over me dinner in my jacket potato, and it's all crusty and hard. Not good. So that's Tom's Mona move-on. What are your Mona move-ons? Let me know. Mine, as I said, I shared it on my Facebook yesterday. 15.99 to rent a movie for 48 hours. 48-hour rental. Not a week rental, not a month rental, not buying it for a lifetime. 48 bloody hours. So I have been waiting for the Wonder Woman film since last May. Okay, well, before that. But it was meant to be released May, then it was going to be released July, then it was going to be released November, then it was released December, on the same day that they decided to shut us down again. And then they said they're doing it by streaming, but at $15.99 for 48 hours. Well, the write-up of it is crap anyway, and I am a die-hard Wonder Woman fan. But I'm not paying it. Just out of corporate bloody greed, they can keep Wonder Woman until I can buy it for $15.99, or they bring the rental price down, because I'm not buying into their corporate greed. I know the world is struggling at the moment with certainly the film industry, but I'm not paying $15.99 for a bloody rental. Yeah. They need to think about the fact that maybe if they lowered the price, maybe more people would buy it. So, yes. Andrew says, hold on, I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm going to be like this on the phone. Lime pickle comes out with the poppadoms. Oh, I don't like lime pickle. That would be a moan and move on for me. That would be, give me the onion or give me the mango chutney, but certainly not a lime pickle. I'm not a lime pickle girl. So what are your moan and move ons? What have you had frustrating this week? Would it be, this is somebody's, would it be the kids using all of the flour and all of the sugar and all of the ingredients where the recipe is meant to be for like 8 cookies? Instead they've made like 441. That is someone's moan and move on. The keen children, not saying who's to blame. Not got our eyes on anyone. You know, didn't you? And based off of that, I have another moan and move on. I was going to get a delivery of cookies until someone realised that they couldn't drive. Now, they only live round the corner, so it wouldn't have been a problem for them to do a doorstop drop. But they realised they had wine with dinner. And then they told me. So I could have been none the wiser, living my life quite happily, but instead I now know that I am cookieless during Empower Hour. So that is another moan and move on from moi. Andrew says onion and mango is the best. I agree with you. What about everyone else? When you go to the Indian, what do you have with your poppadoms? What do you enjoy? Saying that, I find the price of the poppadoms quite frustrating as well, when they're like £1 each and you think, hold on, like that's quite expensive, and then people go, oh, I'll have 8 or 10 or like, and you think that's just a tenner that you've just added to the bill for a bit of air. Anyway, children are arguing. That's the moan and move on. I remember those ones well. What can we do for children arguing? I've told you already about my silence game, seeing who can stay silent the longest. What other tricks did I have up my sleeves? Put one in the garden. Paintbrush with water. Get them pretending they're painting. If it's really bad arguing, sit one of them on the toilet. Tell them they've got to stay there until they stop aggravating the other. Who knows? Someone described me the other day as Nanny 911? Like the Super Nanny. That was it. Super Nanny. And unfortunately for them, I couldn't go round their house and sort them out, so I had to do it over the phone. Victoria, heating is broken and only just had it fixed. Well, I'm glad that you've had it fixed. I hope in the time that it was broken that you managed to keep warm and you had blankets. Cody's with us tonight. Cody, I'm looking forward to catching up with you. I want your wellness wins in here because we're all keen to know how you're doing. Catherine Keane says the first batch of cookies burnt anyway. Who wasn't watching them? Was that Charlotte or Cameron? Who was in charge? Paul says, not had an Indian for so long. Well, Paul, you're not well at the moment. So when you're better, that's what you're going to treat yourself to. A nice Indian. Yeah? Victoria is a mango chutney person. In some restaurants, they come out free. And we like those restaurants, don't we, Andy? Teenagers are definitely a moan and move on. We want to move them on, though, until they're about 21 and can move out. People still going out all the time. That is frustrating. But do you know what? I'm indoors and I don't look at that. When I'm indoors now, I'm just concentrating on me. I'm concentrating on my home. And I'm not looking at the social media. I'm not looking at the news. I'm just That's up to them. Having had COVID, no, thank you. I don't want anyone that I know getting it. So I'm just concentrating on me, my family. Even my own staff team, there's literally one of them, maybe two of them in at a time now. Sorry, that's that cough again because just getting some air. It's Victoria, it's broken again. I hope you got blankets. And I hope it gets sorted. You was in charge, Catherine. So Catherine was in charge of not burning the first batch of cookies, and luckily there was plenty more batches to be made. The only thing that the boy does for cookies is eat them. It's a good call. I'd go with that. Claire Carter says, hi everyone. Aren't we a lovely gang on a Sunday night now? It's just so nice that you all support one another and we're all here, and there are people as well that are watching that don't like to comment, and we're still sending love to them as well. I know who you are, and I'm still sending my love out there to you all. Alex has just joined us. Hi Alex. I miss Alex. I miss all of you, but I don't know, it's just, you've all got such different personalities and you all bring something different into my life, and some of you I know because you volunteered, some of you I know because you we support you, some of you I know because we bumped into one another randomly and I've pulled you along on the Motivated Minds journey. Some of you, I've looked after your children in terms of their mental health, but it's a pleasure to know all of you. And poor Andy has known me since school. So, I love having you all on this Sunday night Empower Hour and been on this Motivated Minds journey of where we can actually all support one another and just share the positivity, especially in such a negative world, really. The world isn't negative, it's just some people like to bring it down, and I think the power of us doing this on a Sunday night just shows that actually we might be struggling, we might be finding this hard, but we're still here on a Sunday night. Lynn says, hi everyone, sorry a bit late, was reading yet more guidance. If you are working at the moment in nurseries, when schools go back, I'm sure the supermarkets and all the shops are the same. There's so much guidance, so it's a bit tough. So yes, if you're a manager, there's lots of guidance and lots of health and safety out there. Cody says, I wasn't going to join tonight, but joined just to cheer me up. Cody, we're going to send you some love. Let's get some love to you. Can I do that from here? No, I can't. I'm going to send you virtual love. Okay, someone send Cody some hearts for me, please. Give us some thumbs up at the very least. Because we're glad that you've joined us, Cody, and that's all that's important, okay, is that we might be feeling a bit crap, but if we come together, we'll support one another, all right? Alex says, sorry, planning live lessons is tiring, and January isn't my month as it is. Love you. Yeah, no, for all of the teachers out there, I've said this time and time again, all of this planning, when I used to teach, I think it was something like 3 hours of planning to every hour of teaching. So it is tough for all of these teachers that are now trying to put their stuff all online, and use technology that their school might not have used before, and it's tough. So 20 of you now all watching. It's absolutely fabulous. Schools are still open to the vulnerable and key workers kids. Okay, so then all of the teachers are still very, very busy. Look at the love that Cody's got. I'm really glad you guys have dropped a heart or some care or a thumbs up to the lovely Cody. That's great. So I'm going to breathe just for a moment. I'm on my sofa. It's Sunday night. My house is like a bomb site. because I've had a little lady stay with me for the weekend, my oldest granddaughter. So I put her to bed. She had a nap quite late in the day, sort of between 4:30, 5, and she usually goes to bed about 7. So I didn't know if I was going to get her to... She ended up going to bed at 7:40, bless her. And I said, "Do you want to go to bed now?" She's like, "Yes, okay." So I took her up to bed and, just laid her down just before Empower Hour. So but it's always a pleasure to have her. We cooked roast chicken together today. She liked that. To me, it was my Christmas dinner, so I did like the mash, the roasties. It was a full out stuffing, pigs in blankets, because as I said, I was in hospital for Christmas, so I never got to cook a Christmas dinner, so I cooked it for me and my little angel, and she eats everything. She's brilliant. Lynn says, "My son's at school while I'm working, so massive thank you to all the teachers and support staff." There we go. Thank you, Lynn, for giving that love out there. And Claire Carter says, "My home is a mess as well." Yeah, well, do you know what, Claire? It doesn't matter, does it? Because it will be there tomorrow and we can do it tomorrow. And if it's not done tomorrow, then it'll be done the next day. The thing is, when it piles up too big and it starts to, like sort of affect your brain, things are out of place. Things are just, you can't find things. You've used the last of something. It starts to really affect you. The thing is I was like that with washing up, right? So I hated washing up. This is the thing about adulting, is that we have to find a different meal to cook 7 nights a week, 365 days a year, unless we get an Indian. And then we have the washing up to do. And I will say, my personal circumstances, I was a single mum, so this was relentless. And I'd look at the sink and I'd be like, "Oh, that washing up." So what I used to have to do is think, right, you know what? I'm not going to look at all the washing up. I'm just going to wash up the plates. And then once I've done the plates, I'm actually in the swing of things. So then I think, okay, then I'll do the cutlery. And before I know it, I've done. But if I had tackled the washing up as a whole, I just never would have got... I would never have got there. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, I did just do the plates. I did do just what's needed. But other times, I would be then on a mission to finish it. So, it's hard work, adulting. They don't tell you this bit, do they? That, like, you've got to find dinners and lunches and breakfasts to cook, and you've got to wash up, you've got to hoover, and... and work. So, I see my son has joined us. The lovely Ed there. He has joined us. He is working in Clacton at the moment. So, in a care home. So, as I've said, he now works in the caring industry, palliative care or agency work care. So he gets sent out all over the country. So Mavis says, "Haha, me too." Lynn says, "I did that this morning and ended up cleaning the whole kitchen. Actually really enjoyed it in the end." It does feel, if you get through that barrier of, you do then look around and think, that's it, done. But you know what? At the moment, if you only get to do the one plate, one knife and fork and one cup, then good on ya. I was chatting to someone in the week and he lives with 2 older children, and he said the sink is always full, that you can't put the kettle in to top the kettle up because the sink is so stacked with plates. So I said to him, "We'll throw all the plates out. Literally go back to ground zero," which is what I did with my boys. My boys were colour-coded. My younger son was yellow, my older son was blue, and I was red. I had a red plate, a red cup, red knife and fork, or red cable ties to everything, like put round things, so that was mine. They had their colours, and God forbid I find one of the other colours in the other one's bedroom or something like that. So, because there was just too many bloody arguments. So I was like, no, you know what? I'm not buying into this. We'll literally go to bare minimum. You'll have yours, I'll have mine, you can have yours. Now there's no arguments. And if there is an argument because one of you's pinched it, I'll know who's the guilty one. Because anyone with 2 children, I swear to God, you put them together and they go, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. And I'd be like, When they were little, I used to put my forehead to their forehead and go, I can read minds. And I'd be like, really? And their faces then would give them away. But by the time they got to sort of 10, 11, they didn't fall for it anymore. So I then had to go down the right. Okay, everyone's colour coded. Right, where are we? Oh, sorry, Ed's walking on the nails tonight. Alex says my boys have washed their own plates since little. I was the pans as I empty them. It's safer. Don't worry about them. It's no one's allowed in. Yeah, and at least we don't get surprise calls anymore of someone going, "Oh, I'm just 5 minutes away from yours." Actually, in all fairness, not that I'd care anyway with any of my friends because I've gone past all that stage. But yeah, I used to have a mother-in-law from hell that would and a sister-in-law from hell, and they would walk in and they would drag their hand across the dado rail and go, And like, my boys were babies. Do you know what I mean? 2 babies, 11 months apart, and you're going to see whether I got fucking dust. Yeah, such a happy relationship that was. Anyway, ours load their own stuff into the dishwasher. The big one's job is to empty it in the morning. That's great, Catherine. But believe me, when they're teenagers, when they're older, you start finding it under the bed and mouldy, or that you go to a you go somewhere and you think, hold on, where are all the forks gone? Yeah, and someone had the cheek to say to me the other day, it's how you train them when they're young. Mine were trained when they were young. My house was like a bloody boot camp. I had everything regimented. But no, teenage years hit, and with the ADHD and autism hit, and puberty, and oh my God, no, it doesn't matter. Just might as well throw it all out the window. Oh, great idea, says Mavis. Like that idea, says Tasha. I ended up sorting out all my cupboards today and cleaning everything. Oh, Claire, that's great. Alex says, one helpful child, one lazy one makes it easier. Yes, but I wonder if it will ever change. It might swap round, Alex. You never know. What great idea did you like? The reading the child's minds, and that really does work from when they're about 3 to they're about 9, 10. It's brilliant. Because you literally give them the stare after and go, oh, okay. I can't wait to use it with my granddaughters. Nanny's special skill. Yeah, all the colour coding. Right, anyway, enough about me and how I survived my children's childhood. And I have survived. They've both moved out now, so I have survived. I didn't know whether I'd survive, in all fairness. At the time, I felt like I was going insane. And I'll be honest with you, actually, while we're here and talking about it, I phoned social services and I used to beg them for help. And they said, but are your boys in danger? I'll be like, no, but I am. I'm going insane. I just need help. I don't have anyone to help me look after them. I am with them 24/7 unless they're at school. And I am dying. Okay, yes, but Miss Andrews, if they're not in danger... No, but... just drove me to the edge. First time I've seen you, I love you. I too have 3 children, one with autism, all grown up now. I'm a survivor. Tracy, you bloody are, and so am I. We made it. Have they moved out? Because grown up is great, but have they moved out? Mine have only just moved out, so my last one moved out just before Christmas, and apart from his daughter coming round today, my house is clean and everything stays where I put it, and it's just heaven. And Tracy, thank you for joining us first time tonight. People, give her some love. So right, Catherine says, I just tried the mind reading one, laughed at me. Small one called me a rude name. Yeah, your ones are a little bit older now, and plus they've heard me. So yeah, you're not going to get away with that. But maybe, right, we'll do the scary Carla. When after lockdown, I'll start visiting your children at home, and I'll do the you can say Miss Carla Andrews is coming to see you, because she's going to check under your bed. Alex says, you know he won't. He loves his mama too much. Yeah. Maybe says, I like the colour code thing. Absolutely. Just make your life easier. Toothbrushes, flannels, towels, cups, plates. What else did I do? Hairbrushes, because God forbid, his hair's in my hairbrush. And then there'd be like a breakdown. There would be, one had stripes, one had plain as well when it comes to pants, socks. So we eradicated all of that meltdown. What other meltdowns did we have that I managed to eradicate? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so, Tracy says, if you cope, you get no help. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And yes, they've flown the nest. Well, hey, Tracy, there's 2 of us. And for those that haven't had that pleasure yet, it does come. It does come. I swear to God, it does come. So, just know there is hope there. Alex says, don't get me started on social services. Yeah. They, honestly, all joking aside, I was to the point where I was suicidal and my mental health was rock bottom and I couldn't cope with my kids, and I would do anything to have just a break, just a break, just an hour would have been nice. And I didn't have any of that, so it was tough, real tough. Maybe says, did the same thing last month. Oh my God, that you just say this. Catherine says, trust me, then they've got scary maths teacher mummy. It only needs 1/3 of a teacher's voice and they positively jump up. Yes, I can do the teacher's voice. It's a great one. Claire says social services are useless at times. They really are. I was just really frustrated. And you guys know, certainly that come to Motivated Minds, when we have the parent, like when we have the youth clubs, and I love my youth clubs, that's really important for the kids to have that time. But also on a Tuesday, we have time for the parents. And if I can help them in any way, like some of them, like obviously where we are now, certainly in Eastgate, some of them just, so do you mind if I go and get a coffee, like from another shop, or go shopping, or just like go? Do you know what I mean? If there's an emergency with your child, I'm gonna do my best as a mother to look after them, and I will ring you straight away anyway. But if you need just an hour, just have a coffee or just some time, then yeah, it's just so important to parents. And I suppose that's what's really hard in this lockdown, is that has been lost for a lot of people. Alex says mummy maths teachers for the win. Alex is a mummy maths teachers as well. And we all agree on social services. I'm sure they were useful at some points. But yeah, because I don't want to put a whole downer on them. They are useless. Yeah, they certainly didn't help me in my time of need. I've got you through some tough times, Lynn. Well, that's great. I'm glad that you feel the love and that I've managed to support you, and I always will. I'm only ever a phone call away. And talking of phone calls away, January's a really, really hard month. So I need all 19 of you that are watching now to do something for me. Over the next week, can you go through your phone and just phone a couple of people and just see how they are? It's a real hard month, and there's 5 weeks in this month. So financially, we're all screwed anyway because it's been so long since Christmas. And people are just struggling. They're struggling with the lockdown. They're struggling with finances. It is the toughest month on mental health that there is. So every night this week, I've made sure that I've made at least 3 phone calls to 3, funny enough, different people, and just checked in on them and just listened to them and just let them know that if they are struggling, then they can open up and there's no judgment, and I'm here should they ring me. So, as Paul has just said, the struggle is so real at the moment. It really is. To everyone. It's not even like, you guys know that I'm all about mental health. Everyone has it. Yeah. We need to support one another. We need to talk to one another. We need to be able to go, you know what, I'm struggling with the kids, I'm struggling with my bosses that are asking me to do more and more and more, and I haven't had holiday, and I'm missing the sunshine, and I'm missing being outdoors, because if you go outdoors you get like drenched, well, you should be still going outdoors, but like the weather isn't helping, is it? Do you know what I mean? It is a tough month. Everyone is struggling. So that's why, one, I'm really glad that still so many of you are here on Sunday night for Empower Hour, and we're here every week, and that we're supporting one another, but also just reach out and find a couple of people, even if you do it just one night for me, but pushing my luck, come on, let's see if we can do a few more than one night and just check in on people. Jennifer, you've accepted my challenge. Yes. Elaine, I've been doing this. Yes. Struggle is so real at the moment. Cody, we know it is. That's why we have hashtag Team Motivated though. So for anyone, we have a private smaller group, only sort of 230 odd people in it that we all know and love. They're all people that have I personally know, so they're not like they've come through the Motivated Minds journey, or they believe in the Motivated Minds journey. They're not sort of people from, I don't know, some part of the world that are faceless and then going to start causing trouble in the group. I do know everyone, and if I don't know you and you'd like to join it, what I'd say is just message Motivated Minds. I'll send you the details. I do look at your profile and just make sure you're a real human being, and then I will pull you across into Team Motivated, because we support one another in there. We put a little bit of a giggle in there with some funny jokes, or I think they're funny anyway. And Joe did a post the other day about great big fry up this breakfast, and what 2 things would you not have on it? And do you know what? Between the jokes and the sort of daft questions that we ask in there, they have such a high uptake of interest. It's quite funny because we try to support your mental health, and the best way to do it obviously is food and jokes. So, but that works for us, and that's great. But we all get to know one another in there, so that's really great. Claire says the whole lockdown seems so much harder. I'm struggling with some things, but try to remain positive. Claire, and that's all you can do, darling, at the moment, is take each day as it comes and just try your best, okay? We're going to get through this, okay? The warmer weather will be coming. The lighter nights are already creeping in, which is quite nice. And I swear to God, as soon as there's sunshine and we can open the windows to our houses, and then we can start the tears, we can start coming back down the tears. I can meet you in the park. We can have picnics in the summer, guys. We can, do you know what I mean? We'll work something out that we actually all come back together face to face and see the people that we love and support one another. Alex says, I never phone anyone. They all think something's wrong. I'm going to do this. Yes, thank you, Mavis. Team Motivated is amazing. Yes, thank you, Lauren. Lauren shares her artworks. There are different ways that we all cope. Some people like to bake. Some people like to eat. Some people like to paint. Some people like exercise. And Lauren shares her paintings in there, so that's fabulous. Lynn says, I've done this. I'm extremely organised. I've organised a group Zoom call for the early years staff in the area so we can all touch base. We nearly all work on our own and normally meet up, so it's quite isolating now. Absolutely. And I will say, for working mums, my God, obviously I'm in the joyful stage of mine have moved out, but for working mums that have got young children or teenagers and trying to work, trying to look after the kids, trying to get the housework done, trying to cook for their ever-needing dustbin, is exhausting. Absolutely exhausting. Okay, so I have done a lot of art too. Cody, brilliant. So that's a nice mechanism for you to help support your mental health. That being said, guys, share with me, please, your 3 wellness wins. So each week I asked you to share with me 3 wellness wins. Your first, it could be something that's made you grow. It could be something that you've just survived. It could be that you've got up and you've brushed your teeth every day this week. It could be something that you're thankful for. So try and think of 3, please. And for those that don't like to write in the comments and that are just watching, just still think of them in your head, please. Okay? Can be really, really tiny. We're not talking about, I climbed Mount Snowdon this week. Do you know what I mean? Because none of us are climbing Mount Snowdon this week. None of us are doing massive things at the moment. Yeah, we are just surviving, and that's okay. Yeah, all this goal stuff, I've talked about this in the last couple of weeks. You'll see all over Facebook life coaches talking about goals and what do you want to achieve for 2021? Do you know what? Just surviving it would be great. So yeah, let's share with me your 3 wellness wins. Catherine Keane has put her families in. So, from Catherine herself, fresh cookies, oh my God, and ice cold milk. Sorry, I got carried away there. Catherine said fresh cookies. I started imagining ice cold milk. Lovely Turkish kebabs delivered for dinner, like a restaurant but safer. Very nice. And positive appraisal from work. Brilliant. Isn't it great? 3 great things there for Catherine. Daughter baked 96 cookies. Number 2 was more cookies. And number 3 was riding my bike. See, baking and riding your bike, getting your exercise, fabulous for your wellness there. Well done. Christine, going on new exercise bike every day. Oh, well done, Christine, because I think you got it delivered last week, didn't you? So you've been on it every day. That's amazing. Number 2, quiz Zoom with school friend mummies. Great. And number 3 was your daughter's cookies. Fantastic. And for the lovely son in the household, Zoom goalkeeping training. How does a Zoom goalkeeping training session work? In my house, how would that work? Computer on and diving in front of the computer? Don't know. You're going to have to tell me. Eating sister's cookies, definitely a wellness win. Did you get the cold milk out though? Are you a dipper, son? And big long walk today. Great. Was there still lots of puddles around? I do like jumping in puddles. Mavis says, I've been making a dress. Oh, that's nice. Love dressmaking. My nan used to do that, and you must get lost in it a little bit, like in terms of you're concentrating on it so much, and the detail and that. So it's a great wellness win. Lynn says, I've caught up on all my paperwork, sorted out the Zoom call, and made some lovely bread in my new Ninja cooker. Excellent. Sorting out paperwork. Now, for any of us that run our homes, bloody paperwork. Who's got paperwork here, there, by the front door, in the kitchen, and you open a drawer and there's loads in there? One of the best things I ever did was I've got 3 folders. I've got a me folder, no, I've got 4 folders actually, because I've got a me folder, I've got a house folder, like a life folder, and then I've got one for the boys each. So all of our important documents go in there, and the rest go on my pile for burning. So, because I burn mine, because I've got a nice fire pit. So, but paperwork, it can amount up in the house. And anyone that sees, I can't remember her name, she's a Chinese cleaner, like she's like a Mrs. Hitch version, but Chinese. She always starts with paperwork, because she's like, you don't need the important stuff, you keep, the rest throw. Yeah, really important. Right, Cody says 4 months self-harm free. Now that's what we wanted to hear, guys, wasn't it? Cody has done so well with 4 months, because the last time we heard from her, it was just before Christmas. So, and we knew that she'd done right up till just before Christmas. So I'm really, really pleased that you've now hit your 4-month mark, Cody. Brilliant. And you're doing really well at college as well, and get praised. That feels good, doesn't it? And I'm starting to eat healthier. Cody, that is amazing. Well done. I've just found out how to give you some love there. Oh, I had to scroll down on your thing a bit more. Jennifer says, I did my first Zoom call and read a book. Awesome. Well done, Jennifer. Zoom calls and all of that can be a bit daunting, first of all. So I'm glad you got through it. Well done. Lauren says, wellness wins. Plenty more walking this week and time on the treadmill. Great. Now, Lauren does walks and running, getting back into her running. So those walks will really add up to help with the running as well. Had a bit of a task to overcome this weekend and managed it okay. Good. I'm going to send you some love for that, Lauren. And rearrange son's room at his request. So big sort out. So big sort through and clean at the same time. He's really happy with the new layout. That's fantastic. Great stuff there, Lauren. It's always hard when we've got these things to overcome. And we can really, there are some things in our lives that just we dread and we dread and we dread, and we always think it's going to be so much worse when it happens. And actually, if you manage to get through it, okay, that's great. So all of the love. And we do get through all of these things, and in 5 years' time or in 10 years' time, you look back and you think, bloody hell, that was a shit time, but I survived it. Elaine said, try to get my steps, and make my mum okay, and FaceTime grandchild. Fantastic wellness wins there, Elaine. Claire says, I managed to brush my hair for the first time in weeks. Claire, that is amazing. Well done. As I've said, this isn't a climbing Mount Snowdon. It's nothing massive. For some of us, combing hair, brushing teeth, getting dressed, changing of underwear. Do you know what I mean? That's what's all important, and I'm sure you're going to get some love on this as well. I've coped with some homeschooling, but appreciate the days my son is at school. Brilliant. And baking brownies with the younger two. That is amazing. Well done, Claire. That is great. And when we're caring for kids, and especially kids with additional needs, like, do you know what I mean? No one should ever judge you. If you ever get judgment from people of, look at her, she hasn't got out of her pyjamas today. Fuck them. Sorry for any younger viewers. It's nearly watershed. But we don't, you can't listen, and you certainly can't live by other people's opinions. Yeah, you know what you're putting in energy-wise each day, so you do the best by you. Right, Tasha says, I treated myself to some new clothes, something I never do. Well, Tasha, like, you've been on a bit of a health journey for a little while now. Is that, like, have you topped up that wardrobe now? This is great. 2, went out twice for walks, which was very much needed. And number 3, cake making. Tasha, they sound like amazing wellness wins. Thank you so much for sharing them. And we've got some love for Cody. Really great thing to hear. That's it. Alexa says her son embraced his 80s themed birthday party. And I will say, he was 15 and it was great to see his photos. And Alex has also been taking him through all the 80s films. And it's brilliant to see her educating her son on the 80s films. Like, I've just been thrilled every time I see one pop up on their timeline saying, oh yeah, we're gonna be watching this. And I'm like, yes, that was a cracker. Number 2, weekly COVID tests at work mean I feel safer seeing my mum, who's my support bubble. That has got to be a weight off your mind. And my boys still enjoy a daily game of cards. Taught them to play last lockdown. Brilliant. It's when you start hustling the pocket money off of them though, Alex. More love for Cody. Tracy says, recovering from operation, so can't do too much at the moment, but I'm very good at being in bed. See, that is a wellness win. It's not about all the things we can't do. You're laying in bed, you're recovering, you're resting. That's 3 wellness wins there, Tracy. That's perfect. And we all wish you some love here for your recovery. There you go. So Alex says, make the most of it. Yeah, because you know that once you are well, then life will start coming back at you. Wellness wins, I managed to brush my hair. Yeah, so some love there for Claire. Well done, Cody. Well done, Cody. Cody's saying, thank you very much, guys. Just trying, can't get over my mate. Oh, you lost someone, Cody, yesterday. Very sad to hear that. That is very sad. Okay, but try and think about the reasons that they were your mate. Try and remember all the happy stuff together. 18th birthday in March to look forward to, Cody. That's fantastic stuff. And Claire says, changed my front room round, cleaned the house from top to bottom and had a clear out. And my daughter has been getting up normal time and not been sleeping all day. And she's been doing lots of college work. Claire, you've done amazing. that is real amazing. But to have a clear out as well, hopefully makes you feel lighter, like that you've got rid of all the old took that's laying around, because we all accumulate all this old took, don't we? Alex says he's got a poster of 180 movies to watch. Ah, that's a good idea. So I saw that Top Gun was on there the other day. So yes, great stuff. Oh, dear, right, sorry. I'm just going to get a drink. There we go. Right, because I'm worn out reading all of that. Oh, yummy. 10 minutes left of Empower Hour. So, share with me what you're going to do to look after your mental health, your well-being, your physical health for the week ahead. Are you going to stay in bed? Are you going to try and get out for walks? Are you going to paint? Are you going to bake? How are you going to look after yourselves for the week ahead? What are your plans? Are you going to ask for help? Are you struggling? Share with me. Have you got other people to look after? Are you looking after another bubble, like parents, or what are your plans for the week ahead? Have you got work stuff going on where you've got to juggle kids and meetings? Lauren says, I lost a friend when I was 18 and it is tough, but I found it helpful to try and enjoy the things in my life on her behalf. It made me see it more positively. Lauren, that's absolutely true, and great advice there for Cody. Walk more, the lovely Tasha says, and not punish myself if I need a break. Absolutely, Tasha. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, it's not about how far we go. Like, if you need a break, you need a break. Yeah, that's fine. So amazing, Tasha. Cody says, Lauren, she had a wish, but she didn't do it because she died. So I did the wish for her. That's great. Plans, have 2 paintings on the go. Excellent. And try and get into work this week and keep walking. Great plans, Lauren. Great plans. I think it's important at the moment that we're just planning 1 week at a time. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's 1 day at a time, that's fine. If it has to be just 1 hour at a time, that's fine too. But we don't really want to go too far into the future. My plans for the week ahead is to take things day by day. If I'm feeling okay in myself, I'll go for a long walk. And if my son is in school, I'm sleeping. Yes, excellent. Make sure that you're doing your best, guys, to get your sleep right. And certainly with the hours as well. It's so easy, and I'm one of these people really guilty of it. I can put a film on 10 o'clock at night. Before I know it, it's 12, 12:30, and then I'm getting up later. Okay, I'm getting up at 9, 10, 11, and then the next night it's the same and a bit later, and our sleeping patterns can get changed really easily. So if there's one thing that you do for yourselves this week, try and keep your sleeping to the same sort of 10 till, I don't know, 6 or 10 till 7. And if you think, oh, but I've got nothing to get up for, just get those feet on the floor and get your day started. Cody says, my plan for this week is to be happy and not let myself get down. Yes, Cody, but remember, if you do get down, it's okay. Okay, we have to allow those emotions to come in. If we fight it, we just make it worse. So it's okay to get down and think, okay, I'm down, but what I'm going to do now is do something that makes me happier. So it might be go for a walk, it might be phone a friend, yeah, but it's about recognising those emotions, not blocking them, but going, you know what, I'm now going to change it. Lynn says, I'm going to carry on with my running, allow myself to have a break from everyone and everything when I need it, and I'm going to stop working late into the evening. Great, Lynn. So, great for the running and great stopping the working in the evening, because otherwise your life will be consumed by it. So do something for you in the evening and your family. Mavis says, homeschool with my boys, and after listening to some music, dance with my boys. Oh, absolutely. Oh, God, love the music and dancing with your boys. I still embarrass my boys if I dance with them. Claire says, I probably just made myself sound really lazy, but I only get a few hours a night. Claire, are you worrying about what other people think of you? Because don't, yeah? It didn't make you sound lazy, my lovely, and you certainly haven't got to justify it. Yeah, if you need to sleep while your son is at school, no one judges you here. We just love you for it, okay? Lynn says, my sleeping is awful at the moment. Sometimes I'm still awake at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I start work at 7. So, Lynn, what we need to do is try and help you find ways to get to sleep earlier. You can message me and I'll give you some tips, or just have a go yourself first of all. Try and get yourself... you've heard me go on and on over the years, I'm sure, so you know what you should be doing. Just try and get yourself to bed a little bit earlier, and then hopefully your brain also the next day will be a bit more gentle with you. I've rubbed magnesium lotion on my feet. It helps you sleep, folks. There you go. I haven't heard of that one before, but we will certainly Google it. My sleeping is awful. I'm up and down most of the night. That's lovely, Claire. It really does take a massive impact on your mental health. Certainly with your negative voices, negative thoughts the next day. So Alex is saying, learn to crochet. I've challenged my whole year group to learn a new skill. This is mine. There you go. So you could be crocheting in bed. Just whatever you do, you know, I say it, don't be on your phone, okay, because the light. Read, chill down before sleep, before bed. What I've started doing is opening my my bedroom window and making my room freezing cold. And I've been sleeping like that. Oh, it's heaven. I've had really good night's sleep because I've done that. So, yeah, try that. Your other half might not like it. But who cares? This is about us. We're going to be selfish. So, yeah, do what you can to get yourself a good night's sleep. Lynn's going to try the magnesium because she's got some. So you're going to have a hunt around the house for that tonight and try that. Right, my darlings, it's the end of Empower Hour. So have you got any questions or anything you'd like me to quickly chat about? Let me know. And if not, then it'll be practically a week until we chat again, unless you're on #TeamMotivated, where you can get me and my beautiful team daily. So any questions? Anything you want to chat about quick? If you're in the Basildon Borough area, remember we've got 2 of our walks still on. We're doing our walks at Gloucester Park and Northlands Park. So if you really are struggling with being indoors on your own, then please do join our mental health walk leaders and join in the park. And if not, remember Cup of Kindness. Cup of Kindness is now via Google Hangouts. So if you'd like to join Joe's Cup of Kindness, all about self-regulation, just email Jo at motivated-minds.co.uk and I will, she will send you an invite. That's Wednesdays at 1. Joe just came down and reminded me to tell you that he got his Bronze Duke of Edinburgh award this week. That's amazing. That's Joe's wellness win. That's made me really happy. Mavis says, thank you for your beautiful time. My pleasure, Mavis. Hopefully see you here next Sunday at 8 o'clock. Claire's saying, have a lovely week. I certainly will. Good night, Claire, from all of us. It's been a pleasure, guys, and I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. And remember, every time your brain says that you're useless, you're bloody awesome, okay? You rock, and I love you. And take care of yourselves and those that you love. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you next Sunday here, 8 o'clock. Bye.